So Arizona is all about heat and sunshine. That's why we design our homes around that indoor, outdoor living and the sunshine we get on a regular basis. With that being said, energy bills can skyrocket, especially in the summer, as we're seeing those temperatures escalate through that June, July, August, September months. This is why many homeowners are turning to ICF, specifically on their two-story homes, to go to ICF on a two-story home. So we're standing here over the garage, and one thing that was really frustrating for me when I first moved to Arizona, I lived in a tract home. It was a two-story home, and none of us wanted to go upstairs in the summer. There were definitely pockets of the home that were extremely warm. You could feel that heat coming through the floor, through the windows, and we could never cool the space. Furthermore, especially there was a bedroom over the garage. And again, you know, being a renter, we didn't open up the ceiling, but I don't think they insulated over that garage, because if you were in that bedroom, you could just feel the heat all day. Like that room never could cool below 90 degrees, so we actually just had it as storage. So as you think about how construction's changed for clients, and in this home specifically, we're doing ICF, it's two-story ICF. We have a lot of areas like right here where we are over the garage, and you're not gonna feel that same heat transfer from down below. So again, one of the benefits of ICF from an energy perspective and cost perspective is it can lower your energy bills by 40 to 60%. So as you think about the cost to maintain your home and keep it at a cooler temperature throughout the summer, which is ideal. When one thing that a lot of our clients don't realize is when, you know, a couple years ago we had 50 straight days of 110. And if you're trying to cool your home to 75 degrees, right, that's a 35-degree temperature change you're trying to take from outside to inside, which means that air conditioner is running 24/7 nonstop, which really escalates that electric bill. So if you can find ways where you're insulating these exterior walls more efficiently with a better R value, and especially on the second floor where that sun's hitting on that top floor, and even though heat rises, so you have the heat from downstairs coming up and the body heat and people in the home, the more we can limit that heat, the radiation coming to the home, that thermal energy coming from outside in, it really helps so that AC unit is now running 24/7, so that you know, you have these breaks in time and cost, and it's also more easy to keep your home at a moderate temperature, and maybe that is 75 degrees and it'll keep it there longer. So the ICF has been a great solution for us. That's why in this home at the Liberty Estate, you have 2 stories of ICF. We've worked on some other thermal bridging from some of the structural steel here, so that way we don't have any heat transfer from outside in. So in addition to us being over the garage and the energy efficiency, think about just the durability and strength, right? So as I'm standing here, again, you're not gonna be able to see this on camera, but this is a very dense wall. As I hit this, you can feel how dense the structure is. We have foam, concrete foam, so it creates a barrier. Again, benefits of dust, right? Prevents dust from coming into the home. Last night, we had one of the biggest monsoons of the season, massive monsoon, big dust storm. The way the monsoons work in Phoenix, you have this huge wall of dust, cloud of dust. Looks like the mummy, right? You have this huge like apocalypse coming in, it turns dark, and then the rain comes behind it. But anyone that has lived in Phoenix, your cars get obliterated with dust and dirt. So if you just cleaned it, it's gonna be filthy. You have dust in your pool, all through your backyard, on your patios. And so the ICF limits that dust infiltration into the home, which is a great benefit. And also bugs, right? A lot of people are scared of the bugs here in Phoenix. And so it's a great bug repellent from keeping bugs and critters outside of your home. Additionally, sound, we talked about in other videos, the sound transfer and why we went with a B-deck and 5 inches of concrete over that subfloor. And that really helps with the sound transmission between the first and second floor. Having ICF additionally helps us limit that sound infiltration from the exterior into the interior. Very beneficial, especially if you're next to a busy road or, you know, in an area where, you know, it could be more, you know, accessible to noise, whether it be an airport, train station. We have those in Phoenix that are not too far from here, you know, the train that runs by at certain hours of the night. So with sound, with energy efficiency, with dust, with bugs, there's so many benefits to what ICF is bringing you that far outnumber the cost. So one thing that's really important, as I mentioned, the structural integrity is, you know, the racking microbursts, right? The movement that happens. We do get these microbursts. These are like heavy winds that come in. You'll see that these winds can cause roof tiles to fly off the roof, trampolines to fly over neighbors' yards. Last night I was driving after the monsoon, roughly 9 o'clock, and all of the roads everywhere I was driving around town had trees knocked over, right? So the microbursts will come in, knock over trees, bushes, plants. In our community, there's a community pool, and a bunch of the pool chairs even were blown into the pool, right? And the canopies. Point being is that because of those microbursts, there are a lot of structural components into any of the builds that we do, but more specifically, when it's not wood framed in the ICF, it performs very well when it comes to movement and these huge gusts of winds, that'll hit the home. That really limits, the impact it has on the structure. Thanks for tuning into our YouTube channel today. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And if you have any more questions as far as building science, building components, some of the design elements that we're putting into all of our homes for our clients, as well as what are the bare minimums that we are doing at AFT, reach out, comment, we'll do a video on that for you.